Okay, so if you can't tell already, I've got now two 450Ls sitting here next to me. This is mine. This has been on the channel for a while. This is my brother-in-law Dan's bike. It's brand new, and so you're gonna start seeing this one on the channel a lot more often. So we both decided that we wanted to get rid of the stock taillight assemblies. They're too big. Now Honda did a really good job of building these. The subframe that's extended out and the aluminum brackets on here, they stay really rigid. They're a nice quality unit, and I'm not trying to put KTM down, but if you ever watch a video of theirs riding around, they flop around everywhere. So kudos to Honda for building a nice, stout, legal unit in all states, but we want it gone. Now, previously on my dad's 250L, we used a DRC taillight kit to clean it up. And so for my bike, that's what we've done. We've ordered a DRC taillight cleanup kit. Now for my brother-in-law Dan's bike, he went ahead and ordered the 12 o'clock Labs kit. And there's some small differences on here. His frame's black coated on here, which I do like a little bit more, but he's got a clear lens where the bulbs are gonna blink red. Now we're not gonna do it today, but one of the things the 12 o'clock Labs allows for is you can remove your turn signals, and this will actually act as an integrated turn signal. If you've got a 450L or any bike where DRC and 12 o'clock Labs makes a taillight kit for you, hopefully you'll find value in this video and seeing which one will be right for you. So thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe, and let's get this started. So one of the things we have to give Honda credit for is they have metal tabs back here just to hold your wiring in place. Little things like this add weight. So if you've ever wondered why is the Honda so much heavier than some of the other bikes, well, if you look at the frame assembly coming back here and all the mounting points and little things like this, that's why the Honda weighs more. You can get into arguments about quality, but when people talk about Honda quality, this is some of just the little things that they're talking about that we're referring to here for Honda quality. So this connector obviously doesn't have to go. This is for your turn signals. That's pretty straightforward. But we do know that for the license plate lights, our grounds, and tail lights, these need to be disconnected. So what we're gonna go ahead and do then is just keep following through with the disassembly of taking these parts off. Okay, so quick note on the 12 o'clock Labs complete plug and play. There was one with 3-wire connector. You plug it in here. We're leaving this plug-in open. And because we aren't changing the turn signals right now, those two sit open. Okay, so before we turn his on, we've got his installed, ready to go. And before we start on mine, I just kind of wanted to show the difference of mine sitting there stock versus how much better that looks cleaned up. But when he turns his on, it's got a nice little intro. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And I also like on here, you can see you kind of got a little bit of a blue halo effect going on for the license plate, where I'm pretty sure the DRC is a big bright white light, which is fine, it's all good. But again, the point of this video is to point out the differences between what you're paying for the extra $100. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started on the 450L. We'll get that torn down, and we're gonna rejoin you when we go to see if the wiring is plug and play or not, and not to spoil it, it's not. Real quick note on here, the 12 o'clock Labs comes with block-off kits for the turn signals. We're not using that today, but it is there if you need them. Okay, so we're starting to see where some of your money went. Now, one of the things DRC does is they give you lots of wiring. Plenty of wiring. So obviously this needs to be cut to fit, being a little bit of a smart aleck here. However though, I really didn't want to cut my factory harness right here. So what we did instead is we cut the connector off of the stock tail light. So now I'm going to plug this into here, and then what we'll do first is we'll just twist these together by hand, find out what the right combination is. then we'll button it up from there. So what I'll do is I'll come back real quick once we got the right color combo so that you can match that yourself. And then from there, it's just a simple matter of cutting this to length and then either crimping, soldering, whatever your personal favorite way is to get those connected. And then we'll see how the bikes look in comparison. Oh, and one other thing, unless I missed it in the kit, 12 O'Clock Labs came with a plug here. We don't have a plug yet. However, my dad's holding it. I got him a kit once upon a time for like Father's Day or birthday or something. And this came with a bunch of fender washer parts, and so we're just gonna plug it. So we'll use something like that to plug it, keep water out. Always good to have a kit like that around. Okay, real quick, and it was listed in the manual, but yellow goes to black. The green yellow wire goes to red, not yellow. And the green down here goes to black on the light. And so then you've got your constant on, and then we'll hit the brake light. There you go. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is cut this down to much more manageable size. And then they included some crimp connections with here. So that'll be pretty quick and easy. And they've got the plastic coverings on here so you can keep it waterproof, because I had rinsed this off before filming. And there was, you can see right here, there was some water in there. So even though Honda did a good job of keeping this pretty tight, water does get in. So make sure you've got it waterproof. Okay, so we got them all done. Now, regardless of which one you think is worth the money, you have to admit that just cleaning up the bike, period, looks way better than it did stock. So no matter what, doing this is definitely a worthwhile mod. Also, when I do hit the track or some off-road, I like the idea of taking off the license plate, and if I crash, there's less to bend and get tweaked over here now. So having this cleaned up, I definitely like. I'm not too worried about losing the reflectors, you know, state laws. Here in Washington, I know turn signals are a big deal, so that's why I left this here. Same with my brother-in-law for now, leaving these on here versus doing the integrated part on here. So then if we're trying to look at, you know, was the extra 100 spent over here? Well, I can tell you what, this was a lot faster to install. We ended up soldering these over here, and it was a little bit more involving, and I do like the extra blinking on here that he has once he hits the brake pedal, and there's some other modes you can do too. So if you don't want to spend all day doing this, if you want an easier install process, that alone, I'll say get the 12 O'Clock Labs. If you're not worried about it, got time, and you just want to clean this up, well, then the DRC is your option. Either one is a good option. So hopefully this gives you guys some ideas of which one's the better way to go, and you can make a good purchase for yourself. Thanks for checking out the video with us. If you end up going with one of these options, or you've done one on your bike, even if it's not a 450L, these manufacturers make them for a lot of bikes, let us know in the comments which one you've picked. So, all right, thanks for watching, and keep riding.